I haven't done a video since college. I know, so long. And a lot has changed with me. I'm no longer in college. And for those who don't know, I went to Virginia State University. I started making videos my junior year. Then I stopped. I kind of, I became a mom twice. So, for me. I went on to work in just careers, finding myself, figuring out what I want to do for a living. So right now, just because I look kind of crazy, I got caught in rain yesterday. Yesterday was my interview with Matt. So this is pretty much how my hair was, except it just wasn't frizzy. So I'm gonna fix it. I'm actually about to do my makeup, so my brows are done. This will be blended more, but as you can see, this is what the brow highlight will be. I usually set with like a translucent powder, or I'll leave it alone. By the time I work, all the shadows still, it comes together really nice. This is my face with no makeup, no moisturizer. Again, I'm about to get ready to go out, so I just want to do this video really quick because, as I said, my interview with M.A.C was yesterday. Woo! Before I go into telling you ladies and gents about the interview, I want to mention I've turned in like resumes to several counters like over the past 4 or 5 years, and I've never made it as far as I made it yesterday. Recently, I turned in my resume at 2 counters in Brooklyn, one at Montague, one at Macy's, Folsom Street. And, I got an interview with both managers, like on the spot there. I was fine with the first one, and the crazy thing is she actually used to work for my current employer, which I'm a beauty consultant at CBS. So she really liked me. We clicked, and she said she would submit me, to a couple of counters. Her counter wasn't particularly high. Her store wasn't hiring, but she knew some things that were going on, and she really liked me, so she was going to try to plug me. Downtown at the counter at Macy's, I interviewed with the manager. Hey Jody, if you happen to see this video, you're awesome. Thank you, you rock. Thanks for the pointers. I literally had a nervous breakdown, you guys, when I was talking to her, and she gave me another chance, get my bearings together. She's like, breathe, girl, and let me, get it together. And I'm glad she did that. It went well. I was able to just like really let her know who I am, why I want to work for M.A.C, why I love M.A.C, and that she gave me like really helpful feedback. And I believe she's who submitted me to the career fair, because like I got called the following week to come in for the 30th, which was yesterday. And instead of it being, because typically the process with M.A.C is you'll go to a counter, submit your resume. If they like you, they'll submit you, I guess, to HR, and then you'll get a call in, and it'll be like a group interview. If you survive that, you'll come back and do a demo. If you survive that, you'll come back and do one more interview before being made an offer. So I did the turn in my resume on the spot interview at the counter, and both at the store. That was in one day. I got called in, which for July 30th, which should be yesterday. I did 2 in 1 though. I'm sorry, my allergies are bothering me. I did the verbal and the demo in the same day. So if they choose to go with me, I'll be coming back for one more interview, I believe. My interview went fairly well. I think it went absolutely awesome. I was nervous as all hell, nerve-wracking, like my heart was about to jump out my chest. Some of the questions they ask for you ladies that are gonna go in and try is, tell me about yourself, and they help you get into it. I mean, every location is different. At my interview, the 2 recruiters introduced themselves to me and explained a little bit about their history and career with M.A.C, and then they turned it over to me, and then I told them about myself and a bit about my history as a makeup artist and why I love what I do. And then that's kind of how we got a start off to the interview. My interview wasn't a group interview. There were about 6 stations with 2 recruiters each and 1 candidate to each recruiter, which I love. I preferred that, thank God. That way, I didn't have to really compete to be like trying to overshadow someone else and things. So I had the 2 recruiters to myself. They ask questions like, after you tell them about yourself, so tell me, what do you know about M.A.C? Why do you want to work for M.A.C? You need to be prepared to answer that question. They do not want to hear, I can tell you this off rip, because this is the feedback that was given to me after I gave them my answer, and they were like, oh, that's a phenomenal answer. You should be a spokesperson for M.A.C. They were saying that usually they get answers like, oh, my favorite eyeshadows are from M.A.C, or you guys have the best lipsticks, or just everything makeup related. And M.A.C as a company is so much more than makeup. So, and they want to see that you know that. They want to see that you've done your research, that this is not just jumping on the bandwagon. You genuinely want to work here. And why? Like, because if you really do want to work there, then you know why you want to work there. So it should, that's why I say be yourself. That the answer to that question should flow naturally. It shouldn't be because you guys have awesome discounts or because, I just love makeup and you're a makeup brand. They want to know a little bit more, like, there's some substance to M.A.C as a company, and you should know that if you want to work for the company. So do your research. They also asked me to talk about some of my experiences with freelancing. I did that. They asked me to rate myself as a makeup artist on a scale of 1 to 10. I said 8. And the reason I said that is because you never want to appear like you know it all, because the reality is makeup is an ever-changing game, and there's always new trends, and there's going to always be something you can learn. I learn new things about myself on a regular. So there's going to always be something you can learn. You can never know enough, no matter how much experience you got. And I have extensive experience. So for me, I'm sorry, my phone is going off. For me, I said an 8, 7 to 8, just not to downplay my experience, because I have worked hard and I've earned the right to be proud of that, but also to know that there's still room for growth, and I'm always going to be learning. So, and they really liked that answer. That was, and I'm saying this only because they said they really liked the answer. That was a question. And then, like, one of the last questions they asked me was, if you could leave us with one word to say, Sophia was really finished the sentence. Like, what would you want us to think about you? And then you say what it is. So for me, my word, I said, passionate. And, I felt like, because throughout the interview process, the one thing that was very evident about me as a person is that I'm passionate about what I do. So, and that was that. We sat down. After that, I went into the next room, and it was the demo. You were supposed to have 30 minutes to do it. Our 30 minutes was cut to 20 minutes. And the recruiters that were in there judging us, which they were educators for the Northeast region for M.A.C, they didn't want, I guess they felt like looking at you, they could see somewhat where your skill set is with makeup. And at the end of the day, M.A.C does so much training with this artist that we can train you to do things the M.A.C way. But we can't train you to be a good person. So they were looking to see character and see how you engage the client. I think the most important part of the demo was the engagement piece and not even the makeup piece. They did not switch our models on us. Our models were all given scenarios while we were doing the verbal interviews, and then they just had to role play. So it made it easier for you to investigate, because now you don't know what they were told, and you have to get that out of them. So, I engaged my client. By the time I finished, like, introducing myself, finding out where she's going, what her makeup style is, does she even wear makeup, what color she's going to, like, about, that piece, there was 13 minutes left. So now it was time to go pull your product and go. So we were limited to products because we did not have access to a full counter. They had already pulled select products and had them on a desk for myself and, like, the other 6 or 7 girls that were interviewing. So we had a very limited amount of products to choose from, but they were like, you guys are makeup artists, be resourceful and make it work. So that's what I did. Sanitation is key. They were very big on sanitation, so you had to sanitize everything before you use it. So if it's cream or liquid, you want to pour it onto a petri dish. You want to sanitize the petri dish first. If for the creams, you scrape it out. Sanitize the spatula, scrape that out, and use it. For powders, you take a piece of tissue and just, like, wipe off the top layer, and then it was clean, and you were good to go. You didn't want to double dip with, like, mascara wands or anything. Everything, just throw it away, grab another one. Things like that. Before I could finish my look, I was down to like 2 minutes, and I was about to do the lips, so I had already did her foundation and eyeshadow, and the recruiter stopped me. She's like, I want to give you some feedback now. Everyone's going to get feedback, but you guys are going to be waiting about a week or 2, because this is just sort of a lengthy process. We're really busy. There's a lot of candidates, and we've been interviewing them all day, and my slot was for 2 o'clock. And she basically was like, you did really great on the engagement piece, the best I've seen for the day. You were really good at educating your client, yada, yada, yada. You had a lot of product knowledge, which was a good thing. She said the one thing I wanted to critique you on was not being so nervous that you don't allow your personality to show through. I think I was just very focused on trying to complete the look. And for them, it wasn't about creating a runway look. You can be taught color. I mean, you have an idea of color, and they can teach you what they want you to know. Again, it was just about letting your personality show through. So when she stopped to speak to me, I think part of her stopping to speak to me was to see what my personality would be once she and I were engaging, and she was able to see, because after she's like you're smiling and you're laughing, and now I'm able to see, like, you have an awesome personality. When you were engaging your model, you did everything to a T how it should be done. You knew all the things to say, but it was very business. Let's have some fun. It's makeup, it's not rocket science. Laugh, have fun, engage like it's your friend. So that was the feedback I got back, and and I'll apply that. I was a ball of nerves because I was like one of the only people that recruiters like stood over during the entire process. So it was just nerve wracking. I was like afraid to mess up or miss a step, but that's what happened, and yeah, it's good. So now I'm just waiting for a call back. Hopefully they loved me and they offer me a job, and if they do, I'll be back to share that with you guys. Bye.